If you like what you hear in this podcast and want to help us keep the lights on, then you could support us on Ko-fi for as little as a £1 one-off donation. The links are in the episode description. Thanks for your support. This is Skip, the podcast where we tell you, in our opinion, which albums are truly unskippable and which ones belong in the skip. I'm Mike.
I'm Rob.
And this week we are listening to Harry's House by Styles Harry. Styles, it's Harry Styles. It's Harry Styles. There you go. Isn't that fun? No, it wasn't fun. Is this the first time that we reviewed a member of One Direction? I'm going to say, yes, it is.
Well, that's what makes him beautiful.
Is it? I fucking hate that song so much. I think this is the closest thing to, like, straight down the middle fucking pop music that we've done since Miley Cyrus, I want to say.
Yes, I'd say so. And even Miley was more towards the rock aspect.
Yeah, this is it. Miley was kind of like several albums deep and was exploring a new cut, and obviously there was all those personal circumstances. Anyway, Harry Styles, somebody we've never covered before. Who requested this one?
So this was requested by one of my former colleagues, Emily.
Emily. Has Emily had anything on the show before?
I think she may have put stuff in.
Was it Emily who asked for the Arctic Monkeys, or am I misremembering?
You are misremembering, my friend. She put Ed Sheeran in here.
Oh, no. Oh, good Lord. Oh, no. Well, the only way is up. Baby! It's the only way is up, because Ed Sheeran is one of my least favourite albums that we've ever reviewed on the show, so it can only improve. Okay, welcome back to the show, Emily, and thank you for suggesting this album. It literally could not be any worse. So, I don't think I listened to Harry Styles full stop before the album, and like, I'd absorbed the big hit from this one via osmosis. I could confidently name you one other song, which doesn't appear on this album. And that is all of the exposure I've had to Harry Styles.
Well, stop your crying. It's a sign of the times.
I can name you 3 songs, and that's only because that one's in Project Hail Mary. So that was good. If you haven't seen that film.
Nope.
Oh my good God, you would enjoy that film so much. It's real good.
I will have to watch.
It's on streaming now. I think it's actually on Prime if you've got Prime.
Nope.
Okay, you can get it on a dodgy app then.
I don't have dodgy app either.
You don't have dodgy app?
Nope.
How do you watch things?
I use my Netflix account.
Oh, okay. It's not on Netflix. It's on Sucks to be you. Anyway.
Let's jump into some facts and figures, hey?
Shall we? Because I've got nothing else to say about Harry Styles, man. I've never been a boy band person. So
I have, but I wasn't a big One Direction fan.
No, it would have been a bit weird considering that we'd have been like, 17 when they were coming around?
Hey, I still love the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, that's different though, isn't it?
As long as you love me.
Was it? I think it was this year, didn't 5 headline a Pride event or something like that?
5 are back with full lineup. Because they were worried that Abs would not come back and perform with them.
Because, we had a lot going on.
He did?
Did he actually? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what these people have done.
I think they had a falling out.
I see. Fair enough. Okay.
I think I mistakenly read an article earlier saying Blue are working on new music, and I was like, oh God, no. But then it actually said Blur might be working on new music, and then I went, oh God, no.
You have me going there. Is it Blue the one where one of them's just like an out-and-out fucking idiot?
Lee Ryan.
Yeah, Lee Ryan's like, he thinks he's God's gift to Earth.
But he was on, I think he was on one of the celebrity shows, and he showed just how few brain cells are ticking.
Yeah. This is the thing about...
But he's guilty.
I can't make any of these jokes because I was never into boy band music. Like, this is the thing about, like, generally speaking, this is the thing about boy band music that always turned me off, is that it just felt so non-specific. There's a really good song by Bo Burnham about, like, engineered pop music called Repeat Stuff. And I just heard that whenever I looked at One Direction. So I think now coming back round to kind of look at Harry Styles' solo stuff when he is 32 years of age, I thought he was a lot younger than us.
Nope, he's only a few years behind.
Yeah, literally 2 years.
And you could say this is the story of his life.
He's from fucking Redditch.
So he was born in Redditch, moved away.
Okay, fair enough.
I think he went to London or somewhere along those lines.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, he is actually from Redditch, like Cher Lloyd is from Malvern. And Three of a Kind, the hit band behind the song Baby Cakes, are from Worcester.
Ew. Don't make me remember Cher Lloyd.
I'm going to sing Cher Lloyd by Cher Lloyd.
That's the only Cher Lloyd I want to remember, is somebody's not flushing their jobby.
So jobby!
Who's not flushing and they've had a shade?
Disgusting!
Wonderful meme. That's the only Cher Lloyd I want to remember.
Focus, focus. There's pizza on your focus.
And Scottish memes will always be good. Yeah, because like the whole One Direction thing was like X Factor?
Yes.
It was either X Factor or Pop
They
Idol.
all individually auditioned and but got put together as a mega group.
And then
came second.
it came second. Who won that year, I wonder?
I think that was your Hatred year.
Oh, that fucking prick.
Yeah, the one that covered Biffy.
Yeah. They changed the title because who knows why. Because I'll get to hear. I don't even.
Let's not talk about Matt Cardell.
Matt Cardell.
That's not who we're here to
You're
discuss
doing it in
today.
Matt Berry's voice.
I'm Matt Cardell.
Matt Cardell, Jackie Daytona. Did you see him announcing at the Oscars and purposefully like saying the names weird?
I don't watch any award shows.
Antonio Banderas. It was fucking glorious. I love Matt Berry. Harry Styles. We're here to talk about Harry Styles. Let's do this.
This album released in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
It's his third studio album, and it is a warm, introspective, soft glow pop record that trades rock rebellion for domestic intimacy and a bit of emotional clarity. So it was actually written across 2020 and 2021 during that whole period of global stillness, isolation, self-reflection. So instead of leaning into the introspective sort of stuff, he actually leaned into a world of pastel synth, soft funk grooves, and gentle vulnerability with a home-built comfort, bit of curiosity, and some self-examination. This album was shaped by 1970s Japanese city pop, which is breezy, colourful, light, and funky. Kid Harpoon and Tyler Johnson's pop production. What names for producers. They are up there with some of the most random ones I've ever heard. And a shift from arena-sized pop to domestic storytellings. So it's like he's just in the middle of his kitchen, having a bit of a laugh in his gaff. So it's synth pop, new wave, pop rock, pop funk, and R&B tinted pop. So exactly what you said. This is the most pop-focused album that we've covered since Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that it's specifically calling out Japanese city pop, because you know me, I'm a bit of a sucker for things when it comes to Japan. And I did see the straight lines. I didn't see something as good as some of the stuff, and I'm just going to name drop two artists and make you believe that I'm cultured. I didn't hear anything as good as the work of Miki Matsubara, or perhaps Henri, which I know isn't city pop, but it skirts right close up to it. I mean, they're both female vocalists, but that's kind of besides the point. I'm cultured. I know things from other countries. So, like, I heard it, but I don't think it was so immediately obvious. I kind of got more, like, soul influence from this than anything else. Kind of the more stripped back kind of production, I guess you could kind of draw a straight line. It is a little bit synthy, but yeah, I felt like this was like doing more retrobaiting than it was like an out and out tribute to Japanese city pop.
I have a question because I haven't listened to Japanese city pop. This is going to sound really like bigoted, but is music for a sushi restaurant based on that?
This is the weird thing, right? And like, because there's a sample in that is very much like it could feel like it could come from a Japanese city pop song, but it's so like it's got such an American focus. It's almost the antithesis. Japanese city pop is such a bright and breezy and fun genre. And then it feels like a lot of these songs do not go that route. Like there's a couple of upbeat ones on here, but like I'm looking down the track list, like Satellites ain't it. You know what I mean? It's not even closely skirting up to that genre thing, which is why I feel like as a whole, I feel like the album just wears its retro kind of inflections as more set dressing than it does actual like indication of how the song has been produced or how the lyrics have been written or what the vibe of the whole record is.
Yeah, it's more of an influence than an actual sound that he's going for.
It's an outfit it can put on.
Yeah.
it's not necessarily anything deep that's informing how it's written. I think there are times where the lyric writing is doing something that's a juxtaposition for that light and airy sound, and we'll get into that because that's where I think where the album succeeds the most. But typically speaking, if he was trying to go, I love Japanese city pop and this is my version of it, it's not a great version. But we'll get into all of that.
So he had 4 singles.
Boo!
God damn it, Harry!
One too many. Can I do them?
Go on then.
As it was.
Yep.
Satellite.
Yep.
Those are the only 2 I know, so now it's time
you've
to
got
guess.
first and you've got last.
Oh, okay. So in that order.
As it was first.
Yep.
Then Satellite was his last release.
Okay. Music for a Sushi Restaurant?
That was the third.
That was the 3rd single. What was the second single? What feels like it could be second single material? Oh, God. I'm going to say it was Late Night Talking. I did it.
You did it.
Hell
For people
yeah.
that can't see, I was giving him a round of applause.
Lovely. Yeah, that one felt like it could be. Although, we'll get into that because I want to talk about it. There's an element to the production in that song where I'm like, I'm actually going to ask you to reach for a prop in this room. So that's a fun visual gag for me and you only. That'll
Awesome.
be fun for
I
everyone.
look forward to it.
Okay, so
bit of critical reception.
Mhm.
So this got 7.7 out of 10 from Any Decent Music, 83 from Metacritic, 4.5 All Music, Entertainment Weekly A-, Guardian 4 out of 5, Independent 4 out of 5, NME 4 out of 5, Rolling Stone 4 out of 5, but Rolling Stone gave it a 4 out of 5, but put it at 491 on their 500 greatest albums of all time.
oh, fuck off. Like, I know that we've skipped a lot of albums on this, but like greatest of all time.
Yeah, so last week we covered Lauryn Hill,
Mm.
who has been quoted as having one of the greatest albums of all time.
There was a list, I think it was the Times or something like that. Anyway, somebody recently put it at number 1.
Yeah, and that didn't feature on the Rolling Stones list.
Nope.
How is this?
Yeah.
Like, it's a question about when this list came out in popularity and all that jazz. I'm not giving you an opinion yet on the album. I'm not going to do that. But all I'm going to say is, as good of an album as it is, I don't think it should be on that list.
No, it's got a metric ton of charm, but like greatest of all time, I don't know about that.
Well, you even got a glowing bit of praise from Neil Tennant of the Pet Shop Boys.
Okay, what did he have to say for himself?
He praised the album for its daring nature, stating, "You're very aware that he wants to be a bit weird, even though he's a mainstream pop star. It's great for that, because when pop is trying, I always think it's at its best." Billie Eilish said that it influenced her to perform unreleased material after his amazing Coachella performance, and that the track Boyfriends was beautiful and vulnerable. Lizzo, Ed Sheeran, and Boy George also supported the album and Styles upon release.
Interesting. I mean, I wouldn't really take it much into account of what Boy George is supporting at the moment, but that's a topic for another time.
And same as Lizzo with her incredible sales off the back of her last album.
Isn't it like it's like just about like tens of thousands and that's it? Or was it less than that?
Isn't it crazy how an artist that made her entire career off being big and beautiful and accepting yourself at whatever size you are, who then went on fat jabs and lost all the weight through fat jabs, is now not getting that same audience back?
It's interesting, isn't it?
Oh, it's so odd. Who would have thought that would have happened?
I feel like
Meghan Trainor. She's not all about that bass.
I'm happy that that's the case because Meghan Trainor was awful and has always been awful. If you at home want to suggest a Meghan Trainor album, why don't you keep it to yourself? I don't fucking want it.
No treble.
Okay.
Okay. We've skirted around it, and I'm going to skirt around it some more. I
okay.
I really like the album cover for this.
Oh, the upside down living room
It's
situation.
just how he's like got his like the typical millennial pose of like thumb and finger on the chin, just like caressing while he's randomly stood on the roof in parachute pants. Like I love it. I just think it's a really cool album cover.
He's got quite high trousers on, hasn't he?
He always has quite high trousers on.
He does the he has the whole like dungarees situation when he's performing live, doesn't he? The whole dungarees and no shirt, which I always thought was popularized by Daimano David from Maneskin. But
well, here's a bit more for you. So I've seen a lot of videos of him performing live, and he is a very athletic performer, running up and down.
Okay.
And that is why he completed the Berlin Marathon in 2 hours and 59 minutes.
Is that good?
That's incredible.
Cool. I wouldn't know.
For a non-professional athlete, that's awesome. So he was managing 6 minute 50 miles.
Okay, that makes sense. Jesus
And
Christ.
do you know what the best part is? He manages that same pace while performing the shows running up and down the stage.
Jesus.
His pace is phenomenal, especially while he's singing.
Dude's in shape.
He's literally pegging it down the stage, singing. The other day he did it, fell over and styled it out. And it was like, oh, perfection.
He Harry styled it out, did he?
He Harry styled it out.
Excellent.
Oh my God, I can't believe you've done
this. Dude's in great shape then.
He's in incredible shape, and he's still just doing what he loves to do. And you've got to respect that for someone that's come off the back of the popularity of an X Factor band.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are inflections about that in the album itself, about of how it is to be somebody who's come out the other end of a machine, or, you know, not necessarily feeling... I don't know, is there imposter syndrome in this album? Maybe I'm just...
You read into this more than I do.
I do project a little bit, but, like, typically speaking, on a whole, I found the subject matter of some of the songs to be quite interesting, and I think he's got the space in his career to do that now. So I'm actually happy to hear it, as opposed to all the written by committee shite that he was peddling as part of One Direction. But, you know, you got to make that dollar bills, y'all. So
let's move into it. Let's start with favourite tracks. Would you like to start this week?
Why not? I'm not going to start with one where I'm like, I love it, but I'm going to talk about a stretch of a song that I thought was excellent, and I really wish there was more of it on the record. So we're going to go to Satellite first. I think that this isn't necessarily a problem unique to Satellite, but it's the one where it's pulled into the most focus. This is a victim of a decision made by whatever, you know, what's the guy's name who's producing this? Kid Pissed or whatever the fuck his name is. I don't know.
Kid Pissed.
Kid Pissed. What's his name? It's Kid something.
Kid Harpoon.
Kid Harpoon. I knew
and
it was
Tyler Johnson.
I knew it was Kid.
Isn't
in
he
the
the
weapon.
actor from Craven? Tyler. No.
That's Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh, close.
That would be a hell of a fucking turn up for the books. I think Mr. Harpoon is making decisions.
Yar.
That just really threw me off. He's making decisions where the songs do their most interesting shit in the last 60 seconds or so. And I really wish the last 60 seconds of Satellite was the whole track. Because could you imagine a version of this song that has that, like, halfway between jazz and heavy metal drumming style throughout the whole fucking thing?
Oh, it'd be class. And I always said when Harry Styles first come out, I was expecting him to be more like Rod Stewart than he ever turned out to be. I was expecting him to have more of a rocky style career, especially with those leotards, because damn. But yeah, I completely agree. I wish that would have been more of a feature on the album. But maybe that was more of a feature on the previous album, because the write-up they've given it does say that it's moved from a rockier aspect. So if you want to suggest an earlier Harry Styles album, then please send it along to our email.
As long as it's a rockier album, obviously.
Yeah.
And because that track is quite unadventurous, apart from that last minute or so. And that last minute or so might be my favourite bit of the whole record. And I really love what they were doing there. In terms of full songs I liked, I think we'd be remiss to not talk about As It Was. That feels like that's forever going to be like a song that can be sung exactly like that. Like, you know, when you go to a gig and it's always like an English crowd going version of,
yeah.
Like, it feels like a dart song.
It feels like you'd be great at the football.
Yeah.
As It Was.
The footage of like the Bill Murray gigs we were at, and people do the to the guitar parts. I think it's so fun. Anyway, As It Was, I get why this is the lead single. I totally understand that. I think it's endured only a couple of years, but I think in terms of his career, I think it is one of his most loved songs.
Yeah.
And I totally see why. I think you get that, and I'm going to say it's city pop influenced, upbeat, optimistic instrumentation, which really works nicely against lyrics that are kind of like drowned in like a complexity, a depressing nature. I think this is the one where you get more of that I don't know. I feel like it's very explicitly talking about depression and not feeling yourself, but I think there's a little bit of the imposter syndrome stuff that I mentioned earlier here.
A bit of homesickness as well, because he was stuck in America while writing his album, by the sounds of it.
So it feels like somebody having an out-of-body experience.
Which kind of makes sense because it was written during that whole 2020, 2021 pandemic sort of situation.
Oh, that's an interesting element. I didn't consider that. But yeah, it absolutely works. And even though there's Christmas bells in the final chorus for some fucking reason, I didn't think it was a bad addition. I think it made sense. And again, maybe I'm projecting here, but it kind of felt like it was ripping through time. It was kind of like going through seasons. And if it was written in COVID, which felt like it went on for fucking ever, it would be thematic that it kind of feels like it comes full circle covering a full 12 months. But realistically, I think the bit, I hadn't heard it before, but on the first listen, and it clicked into my head that one of the lyrics is, "What are those pills that you're on?" I'm like, oh, hang on. We're talking about drugs, or is it actual prescription drugs? Is it recreational? Hang on. Do I find Harry Styles interesting all of a sudden? Like, what's going on? And then when you go back and look over those lyrics, this guy's in fucking turmoil. And I found that so interesting that he then contrasts it against this really upbeat, singular romantic experience in the chorus. Like, that's pulling him back into what the music is sonically telling you, kind of like reminding, no, this is why we're here. This is where we are. This is who we are. And then in the verses, it's like he loses himself and becomes somebody different.
Yeah.
So all of that together, I totally see why this is the one that people latch onto.
And then with the whole like spoken bit, where it's like leave America and stuff like that, that's like his brain having that fight internally. And then the verse is him pulling it back together and going, no, shut up. This is fine.
It really works.
Yeah, it's a great song. It's really well put together, and it's how minimal the backing track is as well. Like with that, just that dee 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 dee. It's so simplistic, but it's catchy.
This is it. It's a good melody, which it's a great hook. It's going to lead you into all of the motifs of the song, but it's so far removed from, like, do you remember like in the 2010s where like it would just be like one really annoying riff in every fucking song? And like the back half of the 2010s where it was all like Eurobeat and Romanian pop, and it'd just be all in wacky fucking instruments. Yeah. And it'd just be like pedaling between 2 or 3 notes. This feels like such a clean version of that, but like actually enjoyable for once. So yeah, I think it's very easy to see why this is loved on this record.
Oh, 100%.
Late night talking. I mainly want to talk at late night about one element of this because I am absolutely confident, and you can feel free to pick it up and test my theory. I think there's a fucking automaton in that song.
I thought you were going to say that.
So just for the listeners at home.
I was torn between whether he was going to make me pick up the automaton or the nut button.
Could you imagine if they'd snuck that in? That's a very Bill Murray thing to do. Nut. Yeah, no, I'm confident that on the second verse, the bam, 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 bam in the background is being delivered via the... That's too high.
Maybe on low.
Being delivered by the method of automaton. Try further. It's there, isn't it? The bum 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 bum. You can't even really hear it. I imagine this isn't going to come up in the edit. Sound like you were doing Happy Birthday. That sounded like As It Was. What the fuck? Well, we're having fun. That wasn't far off. That wasn't far off. It just sounds like somebody having a bad time playing Hawk the Game Operation. Bang it in for a sec. I'm going to see if I can do it.
Wait, 1 second. Wait, are you ready for Mariah Carey to join the chat?
Go on then. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Look at the state of the waveform. This is not making the edit.
I'm sorry for any audiences that can't hear that.
Oh, they heard it. Fucking hell, stop. Jesus Christ. Bang it here a sec. Fucking hell. I think it's like here, like that. I think it's there, that bum 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 bum. Like, I can't do these things don't have frets, you'll notice. All of that to say, I'm fairly certain that Harry Styles put a fucking automaton in his album. I respect the hustle, and again, if he's trying to lean into a Japanese influence, you got me. I can't not hate it.
You can hate the high-pitched noises I was just making with the fucker, though.
I can hate that. Late Night Talking's good, but I would have liked a bit more specificity in the relationship that he's describing in this. The closest we get is some kind of allegory about cameras in that one. And like, it's a pleasant track with automaton. I just wish I could get a little bit more out of it.
I like the tonality of his voice in it as well. I just think he sings it so well. It's like the inferences where he just goes up and down. It's just, it works so well. It's just really soft, really easy listening. It's just nice. Although it does remind me of the intro for Leafy's Here.
Oh, no. Now I hear it.
You can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I quite like Little Freak to a degree. I think the second verse on that hits especially well because it feels like it finds this like this sweet spot of like it's tender, it's very specific about the relationship he's describing. It kind of stands out in amongst the rest of the ballads on this record. I think there's a solid vocal mix in there. It feels a little bit Ed Sheeran coded, but it's going to be fucking better than Ed Sheeran because Jesus fucking Christ. But I think of the more straightforward ballads on the record, that was my favourite.
I've put that down as a singular note of British Justin Bieber.
It is a bit, isn't it? That's making me feel a different way
No,
about it.
I enjoyed the song. I think it's refreshing to hear that sort of ballad in an English accent for once. Because usually, even the English singers that make those sorts of ballads Americanise the shit out of them for no good reason. Sing in your own damn accent, and that's what Harry Kane.
Could you imagine?
I don't want to make Harry a baby. Let's go with a goal.
He sings how he looks.
I was about to say Harry Maguire then. I'm going to the fucking footballers.
Any other famous Harrys you want to praise?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
I just want to make you happier, baby.
Daniel Radcliffe does not sound like that.
No, he doesn't. He's a Radcliffe.
You know who that sounded like? That sounded like the Potter Puppet Pals version of Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Ooh.
What is that mysterious ticking noise? Anyway,
I'll start that again.
Yes, go on.
It's refreshing to hear a ballad in an English accent because people usually sing them in awful American accents and bastardize the fuck out of them. And that's what Harry Styles does well here. He sings in a proper English accent and keeps his normal accent going throughout the entire album.
It definitely works better that way. And, you know, I don't think there's much Americanization here. Maybe there is in his previous work and it's just, being eschewed for a bit more of a traditional sound here. But I don't know. I quite liked it. I didn't feel very strongly about it. The one that I felt the strongest about is probably Daydreaming. I think of all the ones, this is the one that surprised me the most. I think straight away, it's the most dynamic sounding on the record. There's a lot more going on in the production, which seems to be, you know, quite on point and quite punchy. Lyrically, it's on the simple side. You know, at some points it can be quite laughable, to be honest. But it's going for more vibes than it is substance, and I can kind of respect that. I think I read somewhere that this samples the song Ain't We Funkin' Now by the Johnson Brothers, or Brothers Johnson, I think, one of those two. It's the ba-ya-ba bit of the whole song. That just lifts the whole thing. It feels relatively powerful, but still light and airy. So again, if it's going for that city pop thing, it really fits into that vibe there. And that's where I think the album works best, which is hitting the vibe. It doesn't necessarily have to do something interesting every single time. But like, I think a nice couplet in this album is This and As It Was, to say, you know, great, airy, lively production. And then you can contrast that vibes and real shit. And that shows range and ability. And I really liked him for that.
I put that the instrumentation on this is nuts because it is it's a batshit insane song. But I've also labelled it as the Waluigi song. Ba-ya, wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, because the ba-ya-ba, da, 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 da. Yeah, it's the tail end of that. Yeah, I can hear Waluigi now. God damn it. Yeah, I can hear it.
Waluigi ween.
But that sample works so well. And again, it's another one of these like soul disco kind of inflections. You got it on Music for a Sushi Restaurant. I think another song on the album does it, but I don't remember which one off the top of my head. And that pretty much ends the out and out positives. I think from there it becomes a bit more complicated to middling. Don't know about you.
I do like Grape Juice. I just think his vocals on that are incredible. The only downside is I don't like the muffled vocal style. No. However, I had a thought about it. So if this song is about drinking wine, is that supposed to be his post-wine head, all fuzzy and muffled, and it's like a continuation of the story? That's the way he hears it. So that's why it's later into the song after he's consumed his grape juice.
It could be. I think the other way of looking at it is it trying to evoke that period when, you know, you're a, let's say, tween or some kind of elder child, and it's your first kind of experience with alcohol. And yeah, that would be a fuzzy experience. You never really had that before. It's only grape juice. Of course they can have a little bit, you know. I'm not sure whether it's trying to evoke that kind of like the first taste of alcohol when you're younger, because lyrically I didn't really get much from the song, so I couldn't really nail down any specific emotion. But like I'm willing to go with what you're saying. Like, I don't think it made me enjoy the song anymore. And it took only 3 songs for me to notice this as a problem for the whole album, which is the fucking whispering openings every single time. That shit got old real fucking fast. Like, once is cute, twice is a bit annoying, 3 on the bounce is a bit fucking lame, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe that's his theme. I'm not a fan. I did like Cinema. I thought it was all right. It wasn't the strongest track on the album, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think the instruments are good there, the vibes are good there, production seems to be pretty good, but the lyrics really let me down.
Yeah, the lyrics let down that one, but the overall instrumentation is grand on that one.
Yeah.
And then I've got one, and it isn't a positive, it isn't a negative. It is just, I want to hear whether you agree.
Okay.
Matilda.
Yeah.
Why does the start of that song sound like Good Luck by Ruben?
I would need to go back and listen to that, because I don't remember how that sounds. Hang on.
Which one, Matilda or Ruben?
Both. I need to double check both.
Well, I will get Good Luck by Ruben.
Yeah, you get Good Luck, I'll get the album up.
12 seconds later.
Okay, we've listened to both of the openings, and yeah, it's shockingly close. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of, because it's that finger pick style at the start. It reminded me in a positive and a negative way, because it reminded me both of this artist exists and that it's not as good as this, of like the music of like, is it Andy McKee or like Antoine Dufour, like those like instrument only finger pick guitars.
Oh, like the guys that absolutely slap the fuck out of their guitars.
Yeah.
Who was that one I saw? I saw one live and he did a cover of Shaka Khan, Ain't Nobody.
John Gom, probably.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Fucking incredible.
Oh, John, I've
got a signed album.
I've got 2.
Hey.
He's got 2 fucking brilliant albums. He's such a good guitarist. Yeah. And he can sing as well. I think that makes him different to like Andy McKee. I think it's Andy McKee. I don't fucking know. Anyway, you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's an interesting inflection, and then it just feels like the song doesn't fucking go anywhere with it.
Yeah.
And lyrically, I thought Matilda specifically was quite weak.
He has got a purdy voice though.
Yeah, this thing, but it doesn't lift any of the elements up because it's very stripped back on that finger pick, and like it's fun. And I think it's this Kid Harpoon fella who's playing the guitar there, so like you're showing some degree of complexity on that instrument. That's great. I really wish that talent carried over to the production on the rest of the album, because that would have been real fucking nice. But it is just a bit of a nothing burger ballad. I think
maybe it's about time.
Mm-hmm.
We move into negatives.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start with a single.
Okay.
What the fuck is Music for a Sushi Restaurant?
Okay, so...
I like the ba-ba-ba element, but why is he just random say, Music for a Sushi Restaurant, music? Like, you can't just keep fucking saying it and expect it to happen. That'd be like me saying, "Oh, I'm gonna win £1 million on the lottery tonight. I put a ticket on, but I'm gonna win." Like, you can't just make the song that name, and just keep saying it because you want it to be called that.
It's very tokenistic in the way that it describes Japanese culture as well. And again, I think if it is trying to lean into that city pop stuff, this is why I say it's just a coat that you can put on. It's a fascinator. It's a nice pin badge. It's not informing the way he's doing it. It's surface level understanding of that culture. And I'm not here to go, Harry Styles is appropriating Japanese culture. I don't fucking care. What I do care about is the music not being boring. And I don't think this one's boring. I do think that he stole the horns from at least 2 other artists. I think, weirdly, it reminds me of The Bridge in Sussudio, because we mentioned that last week. And there's a song, Blind Alley, that it sounds really similar to. But I'll be honest with you, if this evoked any emotion in me, it was, oh, there's a sale on a DFS. That's what this song sounded like.
Yeah, I get that. It sounds like it was made for commercials.
Yes.
Purely for commercials.
And I think in an album that's very much trying to eschew that and trying to pull back the layers on who Harry Styles is as an artist, to open the album with something that is just so clearly made for like a TV advert or like an ident showing off all the latest things coming to ITV this year, I just fucking irked me. It just felt like product. It didn't feel like an artistic expression.
I completely agree. And I'm going to follow that one with Keep Driving.
I don't think I even fucking remember that one.
It was just...
Oh, no, I do.
It was just what... My only note is, why the fuck is he listing off random shit?
Why does he say side boob? He says side boob. Look at that side boob. He fully Peter Griffin's the whole fucking song.
It sounds like he's going shopping. It sounds like he's on fucking Generation Game and go, cuddly toy.
Yeah, it's just fucking word salad.
Yeah.
Like the back end of that song truly is just, they throw fucking words at the screen.
He took the element of as it was, the works, because it's that inner argument, and just went, I'll just reuse that trope.
Yeah. I mean, I wish it was even that degree of like intellectually thought about. I just don't think it is. It's all lead up, and it leads up to that section of the song, which just comes off as just fucking drivel. He really wants to be like a synth pop, city pop version of the Beatles. And you can see, the Beatles did Absurdity. They did fucking Eggman and Walrus and Christ knows what. Maybe I could do that. No, it doesn't work for you.
Unfortunately, it just doesn't play off. I don't think it's not what I wanted to hear anyway.
No.
And I'll follow that off with Boyfriends.
Yeah.
It's too similar.
Yes, I think that we'd really got everything about these emotions out in there's a run from Little Freak to, admittedly, Daydreaming, which I like, but that run of tracks, those 4 tracks, feels like it covered everything that Boyfriends wanted to say, without being so specific about this idea of another lover. And I just don't think there's enough to love or hate.
I wish the instrumentation was a little bit different, because I think that's what makes it sound so similar to other tracks on the album. It's like they ran out of ideas for the instrumentation they wanted, or it was just like offcuts from other tracks that just didn't make the final cut, all pieced together to make this song. That's my issue with it.
Yeah.
Because his voice is great, and it really shows it off in this song, but the instrumentation is so damn weak.
And again, production is a problem up and down the album, really. And there's very few times where everything's firing on all cylinders. It really only, for me, comes down to As It Was and Daydreaming, where it's like the production is firing, the lyrics are firing, and the vibes are firing. And it just feels like we've got those 3 faders for this album, and just sometimes 2 are up and 1's down, 1's up, 2's down. It's just all over the fucking place. Was there anything else I wanted to say? Let's have a quick look.
I've got Daylight.
Oh, yeah.
The verses are a bit weak.
You know what it felt like on Daylight? Again, the verses were weak. The choruses were better. In the choruses, it kind of felt like he was trying to do his version of like a Freddie or some kind of like Queen tribute, really. Really going for those big power notes. But it came off more as like late Arcade Fire, like the weakest eras of Arcade Fire. And yeah, most of you are going, oh, I remember Arcade Fire. They used to be good. Yeah, the word is used to be good. This feels like late Arcade Fire, shit, uninspired Arcade Fire. How many times can I say Arcade Fire before it loses all meaning?
Who
But
are
yeah,
Arcade Fire?
they're a band. You'll know them from such hits as, and who could forget, I can't name any of their fucking songs. Like they felt like this band that people just loved arbitrarily. They were the Mumford & Sons of their days, if you will.
I know I've heard the name. I just can't remember hearing any tracks.
Yeah.
Like, I literally thought of Block Party, like, the second that you said Arcade Fire.
I think they had a good album in like 2007, 2008, and then they fell off fucking hard. But it feels like that. It feels like it's trying to be quite big without actually having anything to back it up with. I don't know, man. Like there were some moments on this album that felt big, and there were some albums that felt a little bit misguided. But I think the thing that comes up the most across all of this is just honestly boring and hollow. Yeah. Grape Juice bored the shit out of me. Late Night Talking only really got me grabbed because there's a fucking automaton in it. Daylight felt like a fucking tribute act. Matilda did nothing for me. It was just, outside of the fingerpick guitar work, which, yeah, great, but like, it's not enough to carry the whole thing. Cinema had the inverse problem where the production was better, but the lyrics let them down. Daydreaming, I really liked. Keep Driving was fucking word salad, and it felt like it ran out of ideas. Satellite didn't, it just was a late starter. And then I didn't even write anything down for Love of My Life, because I was so fucking bored to tears by Boyfriends. I just couldn't be fucked. I just got to the point of going, I know how I feel about this now. And I will say I feel a lot more positively about Harry Styles and his music than I did before going into it. Where I struggle is saying that this is what publication said it was in the top 500? Who was that?
The Rolling Stone.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm on the same level of Rolling Stone's appreciation for this, because I just didn't see enough to love here.
Yeah, I enjoyed listening to this album, I'm not gonna lie. I think it was refreshing to have something a little bit different to what I'd usually have, and it was very reminiscent of the boy band pop that I listened to and all that soft shit that you don't like. Mm-hmm. But I completely agree. Like, it's an okay album. I would never put it on a list of, you must listen to this before you die. And we have listened to some absolute fucking stonkers that haven't made that top 500 list. And more importantly, haven't made our list.
Yep.
And I could never, in this world, put an album like The Black Parade into the skip and let this okay album from Harry Styles be above it.
I agree. It's a mid-skip pick, isn't it? It's not like, it's not just missing out on greatness, and it's not fucking dreadful. It is
middle of the line. It
really is. Outside of like maybe 2 or 3 songs, it's a lot of stuff that you do not need to hear.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is a shame. And I hope it continues to improve as an artist and kind of, evolve and find new ways of like taking the more interesting, introspective elements of this album and really building something titanic from that.
Oh, I'd love to see him become like an absolute phenomenon when he gets older. I'd love to see him go down the country route or like discover his true roots and like just embrace everything that's thrown at him. Because he can have he's got the vocal capacity to make an insane career, and he's young enough to keep it going. He's not going to Kesha out and disappear into obscurity and then come back in 10 years. If he wants to carry on producing music and do incredible stuff, he will do incredible stuff.
It just needs more drive than what we're given here.
100%.
And if there was in a perfect world, the album would be full of daydreamings and as it was, but it does just fall into mediocrity and just meanders around the point, which is a real shame, because I didn't have a bad time. I just didn't have a good one either.
Yeah. And I will say that this 2-episode run to start year 2 hasn't been the most positive.
It hasn't given me anything I wanted to go back to yet.
So maybe it'll be a good time to move into our special episodes that we'll talk about right after we give our verdict.
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't figured it out, it's skipped from me.
And from me.
And it's skipped from him. Good night. No, it's... Yeah.
Flame out, Johnny.
I would love to see what he's capable of doing going ahead, but I just don't think this is it. maybe he's got an unskippable album. I mean, maybe he hasn't. Maybe looking back over his career, you can build a library that looks phenomenal, but I just don't think we're there yet.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Which is crazy because we've had bands that have come on and by this age or younger. I mean, Panic at the Disco knocking out an Unskippable when they were 19.
Yeah, from his bedroom.
From his bedroom is fucking insane, and we're just not there. Do you think history will look back on Harry Styles and go, oh, actually, one of the most important, male vocalists or one of the most important pop acts of all time, in much the same way that we're now looking back at the emo subculture and going, fuck, that was a moment in time and some truly gem records? Because if we are, I just don't think it's going to be this one.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'd like to see Harry Styles be considered one of the biggest acts of all times at some point in the future. With his current release, I don't see that happening, but it'll be interesting to see what comes later on down the line and to listen to some of his other works as well.
So apologies once again to Emily, who did. I'll be honest with you, I enjoyed this one more than Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
But, I'd have enjoyed cutting my dick off with a rusty bread knife more than I enjoyed listening to Ed Sheeran. So, it wasn't exactly a hard contest, but keep them coming. I would like to hear more of what you're into. And if you have an unskippable album that you think could actually leapfrog Harry Styles and get itself onto the Wall of Fame for year 2, then you can send that to us via email, skippod@gmail.com. That's skipod@gmail.com. Or you can go to the Linktree, linktr.ee/skipdpod. You can fill in the form and send that through to us, or catch us on socials. Send us your suggestions. We'll stick them on the wheel. Hopefully yours comes up next time.
So for a bit of fun, we're moving away from our regular format for 2 episodes, as we like to do from time to time, because why the fuck not? It's our show. We'll eat cake if we want to. So I had an idea, totally original idea and totally not stolen from one of the longest running audio shows in the world. No, definitely not. We're Desert Island Disking next week. Mike has absolutely struggled with this from the moment I mentioned it to him. So, typical format, if you're not familiar with Desert Island Disc, we're going to do 8 tracks and we're going to have a theme for it. Those are still to be decided, and we will listen to each other's track list and just hear their stories. So it's going to be a little bit different to our typical fare.
Yeah. We'll link out to the playlist so that people can hear them as well. Don't forget, you've also got to pick a possession in a book. And that'll be something we've never discussed on the podcast before.
I don't know how to read.
You're going to have to learn quick because it's next week. I don't know if it's mine or yours, but it's somebody's next week. So you got to be ready. And we hope you're ready for something a little bit different next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.